How you doing?
Alright, how are you?
Doing good? Mind if I just take a look real fast? Okay. My bad. Oh, these are split. Well, I gotta be honest, I thought they'd be in better condition. They're really dirty. I think it's jammed. Do these sit outside for a long time, probably? Yeah, they're really not in the greatest condition, honestly. Yeah, that one's really, I don't know. Yeah, if they're all like this, then I probably won't even buy any of that because it's really dirty. I will take a look at some of these games though, if that's okay, if I can just buy some of the games from you. Let me move this to the back. What in the world? Oh. Not bad. How much would you take for just the games? Because some of these are really, see, they got a lot of dust in them, so it'd take, some of these might not even read because, you know, all the pins have to have a connection in order to play. So how much would you let me buy the whole stack of games for? I'd let you have the systems and everything. I'd just take this bin, if that's fine with you. Should take 20 bucks for this bin right here?
Nah, I've been offered more than that for it. That guy at the flea market offered 40 games.
Okay. So how much are you looking for?
That's what I'm saying. He offered us 40 just for the games. I didn't care if I got there to him get 40 just out of the game.
Okay. Which guy at the flea market?
I don't know what his name is. He's got all he deals with and stuff.
Okay. So you'd take $40 for all the games right here.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see if I got that. All right, well, there's 40. I hope you understand about the systems, though. They're really well. Yeah, let me take a look.
$10 more, and I'll give you system to go with it.
You know what? I'll do that to you. I'll do it for you. I'll do it. If I have, actually, here, give me those 20s back, and I'll give you 50s. Is that okay?
That'll work, mate.
Okay. Yep. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
You have a good one.
You too.
Let me just open my trunk and put them in there. Good morning.
Bye, bye. Oh, una falta. Ah, ok. Una falta. Correcto, muy bien.
Ven para acá.
Espérate, espérate.
Mío, dice, lo pensé que ya lo había hecho. ¿Qué pasa, para? Vente para acá. Siéntate allí. Ahí siéntate. Siéntate aquí. ¿Qué están haciendo? ¿Qué es lo que le van a comprar? Mira lo que me la van a decir. ¿No te parece? ¿Me van a hacer eso? Déjalo que no lo agarraste. Hola, mi novio. Hola. ¿Por qué te vamos hoy? Véngala. Y yo te le digo. Hágame.
How's it going? Oh, can you tell me how much this is?
Yeah.
I'm talking about just
It's a
these.
15.
15? And how much are each of the games?
$2 for one.
$2 for one game? Okay.
Venga, which one you want? The shit, that little shit. Show me which one. Manucho, ahí anda el juego.
It's the only chef I can see right there.
The brown.
Yeah, the brown.
El ese esquinero, no me acuerdo cuál. Mucho, ¿cuánto te da la pizza por el esquinero? 25.
25. I may come back and get it. I'm walking, so. Okay.
¿Cuánto esto dice? $3. Thank you. Y da.
What's going on, guys? This is Toe Guy here, coming at you with episode 23 of Game Finds, and this is going to be a little shorter of a video just because I don't have a lot of stuff to do. This past week was really crazy. I had like 3 tests. Just expect that if you're going to get a science or engineering degree, tests galore with all the math and science and engineering classes you're going to take. Anyways, let's get into it. Enough about me ranting. So the first stuff I got was the $50 lot of Super Nintendo, or N64 and GameCube stuff that I got from this guy. And the worst thing you want to hear is that it's from a storage unit, because that means they've just been sitting there and you have no idea what condition it's going to be in. This guy said they were from a storage unit, from his storage unit, and these things are filthy, completely disgusting. Without further ado, I will show you guys what some of the stuff is. I won't show controllers or anything, but I will show you. I got a Super Nintendo console. If you can see that, let me just turn it this way. Hopefully you can see that. That's pretty freaking nasty. It's got a lot of dirt and stuff on it, so it's really, I'm gonna have to really clean this one up in order to get this one to work. They all work, but God mercy. The next thing is the Nintendo 64, which is actually the least dirty. It doesn't have, that's easily clean upable. The back side is actually in really nice condition, but everything else, the top has a lot of dirt to get off. The back is pretty good, but the dirt on the top is and probably the one that's in the worst is the GameCube. This thing is all yellowed. This thing won't stay down. It's got so much dirt in it. You see the top. I'm gonna hold this close so you guys can see that. It's just really filthy. Back just doesn't come with anything. It's empty on the back. The cover ports are not there. Yellowed on the front, like I already said. This thing, I'm gonna have to, I don't even know if it's worth trying to get this thing to work again. I don't know. But, like with everything, it's not with the systems per se where the bang for the buck comes in, but it is the games. So I'll show off the first day GameCube games. One is Shrek 2. Not really worth anything, really kind of scratched up, and the back is torn to shreds and muddy, so don't really care about that game. But the one I do care about though is Mystic Heroes. I don't have this, but this game is really scratched up. I don't know if you'll be able to see this in the light or not. Maybe you will be able to. This thing has 15 billion scratches on it, and so probably just gonna sell it on because I don't keep games that are really scratched. The next stuff that I did get that also came in this would be a Game Boy game, Toy Story 2. There's that. Also got 2 off-brand GameCube memory cards. So there are those. Not really important. Now for the Nintendo 64 items, which will be really interesting to talk about here in a minute. So without further ado, let's get started. We've got Star Wars Racer. We've got 1080 Avalanche Snowboard Racing. We've got Perfect Dark. Also have Excite Bike 64. On to the next stuff, Monster Truck Madness 64. And that's by Rockstar, really strange. I think it's the second one of those I found, but that's okay. Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero. Extreme XG2. Don't know. I guess it's a motorcycle game or something. This is Mace the Dark Age, I think. Next one is Aiden Chronicles the First Mage. Now, if you know anything about this game, you know that this game is very, very common for the black cartridge of this game. But if you were to find a white cartridge of this game, it'd be worth $100. Just saying. So the fact that I almost had a $100 game, if this would have been white, this Aiden Chronicles game would have been white. Sorry, not white. Gray cartridge. It would have been a really good find. Probably one of the best of this channel if that would have gone on. But it didn't. So now we'll get on to the best 3 games of this that you want to call it. First is Road Rash 64. Kind of uncommon. First time I've ever seen it before ever. So I'll be keeping that one just because it's awesome. Actually, Pokemon Stadium 1. This is with the label. Nobody's written on the label before. Really nice condition game. I'll be keeping it. And then the last thing is a Game Shark Pro for the Nintendo 64, and this is version 2.0, if you can see that right there. So those are the Nintendo 64 games I got. Now on to the good stuff. The Super Nintendo items are really, really good actually. So I'll start off with the first one, Mortal Kombat. The second one is the Jungle Book. The third one is Street Fighter 2. We've got Super Bases Loaded. The most common game ever, Super Mario World. I think I found like 17 copies of this game. We also have Super Street Fighter 2. We've got Super Off-Road the Baja. And then Mortal Kombat 2. But those are all the games that I don't care about. These 5 are the ones that I've been looking for. So, we'll just get into it. Alright, so we got Clay Fighter, which I'm going to keep this because I really haven't played it, and I would really like to play Clay Fighter for the Super Nintendo. So that's the one I'm going to keep. The second one that was awesome to find would be Blackthorn. So, yeah, Blackthorn. So that was really cool and fun as well. The next one that I've been really searching for too is Super Mario World 2 / Yoshi's Island. And this one is it's got the FX chip or something in it because it's got the extra pins for it. So, really good to see that. And then these two, which is really strange. So I'll show you, I've got Super Double Dragon. I think that's what this says, Super Double Dragon. Yep. So there's Super Double Dragon, and then probably one of the best ones of this entire lot would be Battletoads / Double Dragons in the same game. It's like a team-up game. So what they do is they team up. That's what it says, the ultimate team in the ultimate game, right there on the side of the game. So that's really awesome. Some knockout Super Nintendo games that I will be adding to my collection. Those 5 you just saw will be the ones that I am keeping. So that's really cool. Just a side note, went by the game store, traded in like $10 worth of games that were just crap games. I got a Nintendo 64 transfer pack. So, yeah, maybe that's upside down. I don't know. Transfer pack for the Nintendo 64. So that's really cool. Alright, now the stuff that I got related to the Xbox. Just give me a second to pull these out of here. Alright, so some really interesting stuff Owned by the same thrift store. They're owned by some Latinos, and I got a Wii and some Xbox and some Xbox 360 stuff and one PS2 game. But I paid, I think, like $50-something for all this. It's gonna be really good, some really good stuff. I got a black Wii, and I bought the black Wii and a black nunchuck for $15 there. But inside was also a copy of Wii Sports Resort. So really happy to see that. I always check the systems because you don't know if there's going to be a game inside or not. And I'm glad I turned the power on because there was a game inside. So now getting into the Xbox games. Yeah, I'll start off with that first. These games were $2 each, and one of the games had 2 games in them, so I took a chance on it. First one is Red Ninja. We also have Nightcaster. We have Metal Arms Glitch in the System. By speaking of which, this game though, I'm going to have it come apart with Christian Sanchez because he wrote Sharpie in the back of his name. Say hi to the camera because you can see the camera on the disc. But Christian Sanchez wrote his name on the back of the disc. Don't ever do that. Alright, we have Aeon Flux. And then we have some sealed games next that I will be keeping. MVP Baseball 2004. It's sealed, $2. Can't complain. Gonna just throw it and just leave it in there. SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 was still sealed, so why not? And then FIFA Street 2. This game was sealed. It says right there. You can see that. So we'll be keeping those. And some of the more better games in here. This is a copy of NFL Street 2 for the Xbox. It's like the shrink wrap's kind of come off, but it's still sealed, so I probably will be selling that on. Atari Anthology, really cool because I get to play some of my old Atari games on the Xbox now. King of Fighters Maximum Impact Maniacs. You don't see this game too often. It's just disc only, but really cool to see this. And then the last one would be Phantom Dust for the original Xbox. Really good find there. So that was all the original Xbox finds. Now we get into the stuff for the 360, which is really good because these were also $2 each. So starting off, probably from least to greatest, we have NHL 12. We have Xbox 360 Live Arcade. We have Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures. And we have Need for Speed The Run. Also, we have FIFA Soccer 13 and FIFA Soccer 14, if I can grab them in my hand. So there are those 2 games. FIFA 14 is actually not that bad of a game, and I don't know if I'll be keeping it or not because I think isn't the FIFA 15's out on 360, right? I don't know. I don't play FIFA enough to know. We also have Scream Ride. We also have Need for Speed Carbon, which this disc is really scratched up on the back. I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not. Maybe you can or won't be able to. It's kind of scratched. So there's that. We also have Cars 2. And then probably the best game that you could ever find for $2, Grand Theft Auto 5 at this stage. Got both discs, no manual, but still, that's going to get me back at least half of what I paid for every single thing I just showed you that I got at the flea market thrift store place from the Latinos. So that's pretty much it. Really short video, not a whole lot to talk about. I can make a video now because I actually have time to now, so that's why I'm doing it. And you know, if you guys want to leave a comment, drop a comment. I'll answer any question you guys have. So that's pretty much it. Thanks to you guys for watching. See you guys in the next episode. Make sure you check out the other episodes in this playlist series as well. Again, thanks for watching. Peace out.